572-971. Call the office at 572-0383 or 572-0215. Rev-Up St. Lucia, the alpha of radio.
Our drive is brought to you with the compliments of Rambali's Funeral Parlor.
At Rambali's Funeral Parlor, we truly care. During life's most difficult moments, we want you to know you are not alone.
At Rambali's, we are dedicated to providing dignity, compassion, and comfort when you need it the most.
Our caring team is here to walk with you every step of the way, whether it's in planning a gentle farewell or celebrating the beautiful life of your loved one.
We understand how precious they are, and we promise to honor their memory with the utmost respect and love.
Let us help you find peace and solace during this challenging time.
Please reach out to us at
758-452-2021, Castries, or 758-454-9239, Latuni, Viewfort, or visit us at ramballysfuneral.com.
We're here for you, ready to listen, support,
and serve with heartfelt compassion. You can lean on us.
At Rambali's,
we care.
Hello there, good morning, good afternoon, good night to our listeners and to our viewers in St. Lucia and across the globe, especially those of you on Facebook, on YouTube and X, and also on DBS Television. Welcome to Hard Drive for today, Tuesday, the 14th of October. My name is Andre Paul, the co-host of the show, none other than the lovely Kina. Kina, good morning to you.
Good morning, Andre Paul. How you doing?
I'm well.
Good. I'm happy that you're doing good.
Yes, and how are you feeling?
I'm doing great, actually. I'm doing good.
Okay.
I'm doing pretty good.
All right.
Yeah.
You look a little strange today.
Why?
I don't know. You put on a different kind of makeup or something? I don't know. So Snow helped to put it on?
Well, she was like disturbing me the entire time, so I might look like Medusa. So this morning she was just like she wanted all the attention in the world and so like okay, I'm putting on makeup and she's like okay. So I'm not quite sure what I look like right now.
Yeah, you look a little strange.
Yeah,
but it's all right. We all have our days, when things are not all that airy.
I know, right?
Yeah,
talk about airy.
Happens to all of us.
Airy.
All right then. Okay, so anything you want to mention before we move on?
Have you heard? Anyways, good morning to our viewers and listeners. It's good to be back. It's good to have you locked on and making us your station of choice. So kisses. Mwah. So have you heard that adults now are using pacifiers? It's a new thing. It's an in thing now that adults are using pacifiers because they are so stressed. So they're going back to being a baby.
Wow.
And using pacifiers.
I haven't come across that.
It's a big thing now.
At all.
Yeah.
Where is that happening?
The United States and the parts of the world, and it's huge on TikTok as well.
So
they're using pacifiers to cope with stress.
Wow, that's interesting.
I wonder, would you use a pacifier at your age?
Oh wow. Oh wow. No way.
I wouldn't either.
Yeah?
It just looks just
what I used to like
what?
As a little boy, I love the bottle. The
baby bottle.
The baby bottle.
Oh, really?
I love the baby. I loved it so much. One day I saw a baby bottle in a garbage heap. I picked it up. Yeah, I went home to clean the thing.
What? How old were you?
Probably maybe 7 years.
You still young.
My grandmother took one wrap in my skin. You
never did that again, did you?
No.
The last time I used
actually, I picked it up, I picked it with all the dirt and everything.
To clean.
And when I cleaned it up and everything, I'm going to use that.
You were trying to use it,
So I was a bottle lover.
The last time I got close to using a bottle, I was maybe 30-something.
The last time you got close to using one?
I actually used it, I was about 32. And
I could see you doing that. I could see you doing
just
that.
For kicks, I went to MNC and I got the baby bottle and I was like, you know what? Let me just put juice in it. And I put juice and had a friend of mine over, Sharon Pinder. She was over and I just put the bottle in my mouth and I drank my juice. I was like, oh, okay. Cool.
You know, my daughter Nairobi, she's 7, right? She's 7. She doesn't really afford the bottle anymore per se. But Nairobi has a way, once you see she's around me, she wants to act like a baby.
I can imagine.
So she wants to do everything that a baby does, right? So I know what she's up to, so I just play along.
You just play along. So
play along.
what's the weirdest thing that she's ever done?
Well, it's not the way. Number one, she wants the bottle.
How old is she? 6 now,
She's
right?
7. She's 7. She actually wants
she's
the bottle.
7 recently.
Yeah, no matter what it is I give to her, water, juice, doesn't
wants
matter.
it in the
She
bottle?
wants it in the bottle.
Oh, daddy's little girl, huh?
Yes, and
Forever.
she wants me to pick her up and carry her.
So sweet.
To carry her, to go take a shower, take her from the shower, carry her. Yes?
She misses that.
Yeah, I think she
And
does.
that's the connection. That's what she uses to connect with you. And that bond, it creates that bond between the two of you. I'll forever be daddy's little girl.
Yes,
you know?
yes.
It's so cool. Yeah.
Wow.
It's good when you kind of play with your parents, though. If I'm around my mom and I have pain, it's not like I'm not lying. The moment she says, if I'm in any pain and she says, "Are you in pain?" I'm like, "Yeah, mama." That kind of stuff.
You wanted to come and
So
rub
you kind of like do a little exaggeration stuff, because that bond and that closeness, your mother, because they will definitely come and be like, "Koka for mala."
Yes.
You know, and they'll come and rub it for you. They'll prepare you something to eat, that kind of thing. A mother's love and a father's love, you can never want to get away from that. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
So,
and you
that
know,
bond is
I've
something
kept
special.
I've kept her original bottle. I actually have it with me still. I have it right there in the kitchen. So when
What?
so when she
Anytime
comes
she
around,
comes home, it's
she
like
gets the
this-
original.
Oh
She also has
my.
a bottle of a container of cream. That's the first one she ever used. I have that on my dresser
Is
up
it
to now.
empty?
No, it's
still
like
has?
yeah, probably 1/2.
Wow.
It's right there. I have all her videos. When she was a little girl, yeah, baby. I have everything. I haven't.
Just
I've
imagine
kept
that her.
all of them.
One day when she's a lot older,
Yeah.
you'll be like,
When she's
"Nairobi,
21.
do you remember?
When she's 21, I will
I've got
pass them
something on you."
on to her. I'll pass them on to her. I'm serious. When back in the day, we didn't have those
No, we
phones to
didn't
record.
have,
So
yeah.
my first daughter, I recorded her. So I had a recorder.
Right.
So I recorded her when she was around maybe 2, 3, when she just started talking and so on. And I
So on a
kept that.
camcorder then, right?
Pardon?
Was it a camcorder then?
Because it was called a Marantz at the time.
Okay.
I kept that. And she didn't know. I kept it until she was 21. Yeah. And when she turned 21, I told her, I have a little gift for you. I gave her a cassette. Yeah, with all her. She freaked out. She freaked out hearing her little voice,
that's
trying
so
to say
sweet.
words. And all that. Yeah, so I kept that.
Oh my word.
But I feel that maybe that's a part of my life I wish I could
You could,
relive
right,
to
relive,
actually
to
hear
actually
me,
hear
the
you
way I
or
sounded,
see
things
you.
like that.
Right.
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
And it's amazing that some parents keep them, no matter how old, especially the photos.
Yeah.
That's how I hated seeing myself as a child. That big forehead boy, that shining.
Now, just quickly, I don't know why your ladies do that.
What?
Right? You always talk about the things that you all think that's unattractive.
That's
You
the
all-
first thing you saw in the photo.
I don't say no. But I've met so many ladies, and the first thing they say to me, me and my big forehead. They will say that. Now, to be honest with you, I didn't even notice that because you're so attracted to the person. That's not
You
even
don't really
on your
see
mind.
a forehead when anybody's
Yeah,
looking. People
'cause you're
don't really
attracted to
see
the
that
person.
Because you're attracted
So when
to
you
the person,
say it
see
now-
other things. Now, when you say it's like,
When you say it, then you realize but for true.
see,
But for true. But
is true.
I'm just saying, once the person is attracted to you, that's it.
forehead is like
These things don't matter.
till they bring it up, right?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. As a matter of fact, you may even find it cute.
Oh, really?
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
A lot of us grow into some of the features that we have, which is cool as we get older, whether it be forehead, our nose, our lips, our high cheekbones, that kind of thing. Yeah. But I was looking like a little wavette. I was always a shorter one. In every photo, I was always a little button.
so has that changed now?
No, I'm still a little. I'm always trying to,
Exactly.
It hasn't
Exactly.
changed. But my smile, though, back in the day, I was just like a little, forehead shorty. Now I could smile, and the smile stands out. It's like, yeah. Somebody should have told me, smile some more when I was a kid. I was always screw.
Really?
I'm just playing.
So let me ask you: when you see your boyfriend coming, do you smile for him?
I always smile.
Okay, good.
Boyfriends know, my mom.
We
my
were talking
friends,
about that this
I always
morning
smile.
on the show, saying that the number of people you meet during the day, the course of the day, and they don't even smile for you. They're not happy to see you. They're happy to see you,
They're
know.
happy to see you. Some
but
people
they,
just don't express it.
They don't
by-
express it.
Yeah.
I have this video on my phone, and I often speak about it, where this dog is there waiting for its young master to come home, and the dog just goes on its hind legs and takes its paws, puts it on the boy's shoulder, and gives him this hug. Gives him this hug. He didn't want to let the kid go. And I'm saying, we the human beings, right? We don't behave like that for the most part.
Don't. We get
We feel
too
as though
used to
if we act that way with our friends, with our significant other, as though we are giving away something of ourselves that should not be given away.
And for some individuals, they were not raised in an environment like that, so it's difficult for them to. And some others, they start off that way, and the party on the receiving end will be like, wait.
Yes, that happens too.
Stop hugging me. Wait,
Yeah.
I've had enough. Some people do that, but
That's
some
true.
people just continue on. So I think it's important that we continue to smile, we continue to show the ways in which we love, each other. It's very important that we do that.
And I think we understand more so why people are so in love with dogs
I
or
know,
with
right?
animals on the whole. Okay. Now sometimes they turn on us. That does happen because I guess that's the nature
It's
of
their
the beast.
nature, yeah.
It
They
does
do.
happen.
It does happen.
I read a story recently. A guy in the U.S. He raised this tiger, and maybe about a month ago, the tiger just attacked him.
It turned on him.
Yes.
Yeah. Was he feeding it at the time, or he was just?
It was a show. He had a show.
So he kind of went in.
And imagine that happened in the presence of his child and the wife.
Oh my word.
Yeah, so it tore him limb from limb. It just turned on him. So it happens sometimes.
It happens.
But it's just amazing.
Yeah.
I can't get away from that. I come across people on a daily basis would not even give a smile. They wouldn't give a smile. I come across that. I'm not talking about people necessarily close to me.
Close to you, but
you see the person, and
was it
sometimes
always like that though? I can't remember it always being that way.
I guess people are going
think
through
of
so
late,
much.
You see it a whole lot more.
People are going through
Yeah.
so much that maybe they just.
So many things. Maybe they're smiling or they want to, but you know what? And I have got that bill to pay. The landlord calling me. I'm not feeling well today. My mother this, my boyfriend this, my husband this, and they carry on. They try to, but it's so difficult.
Yeah.
But you have to find the little things, whatever it may be. I generally love to smile. No matter what it is. I'll be down, but I'll find something to smile about.
I'll say sorry. Now, I was just saying this morning that whenever Tony walked into the studio or I see him downstairs, we always smile for each other.
Yeah, that's something
Always,
that
we
happens.
always smile for each other. So it just brightens your day.
It does, and that's something about even here, Rev-Up. The moment I walk in, Emmanuel smiles, I smile. The moment I see you, we smile. When I see Janet, same thing. It's maybe the smiling company. Because we're always smiling or have something that's funny that we laugh at, which is good. It's therapy for the soul too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just thought I should share that. So talking about sharing, let me just let you know today at the Tomaso Bread Place, one of your favorites, Kina, chicken pilau.
Let me tell you, I have
Chicken pilau. That's what's happening at the Tomaso Bread Place today. So go check it out. Yaslin does a very good job. People who have already eaten her chicken pilau, they love it.
I love it. No bones, very, very tasty. It is not dry, and Yaslin gives you a whole lot.
She gives you a lot
in that bowl. Trust me, she gives you a
There's some people, before you start eating the things, fini.
I know, right?
Fini. And you may be enjoying it, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it finishes.
Let me say good morning to my very, very good friend, Catherine. Catherine in Degazon. She's been under the weather for the last, I think, couple of weeks, something like that. I haven't had a chance, Moje. I think even more so there with the challenges here of running the organization without Tony. I have very little time, and I want to go see Catherine. I really, really want to. So I don't know how I'm going to manage it, boy, but I told her I'll come and see her. So, Catherine, a very good morning to you. She's always listening. She wasn't the best over the last couple of weeks. She had a very, very serious health issue. but I understand she's recuperating from that. So, Catherine, have yourself a nice day.
And sending you love too with kisses. Mwah.
So don't forget, today it's chicken pilau at the Thomas Bread Place, and don't forget to try their wide variety of sea moss flavors, including coconut, ginger, peanut and peanut punch, and regular sea moss with flax seeds and chia seeds. All right, good stuff. Okay, so Kina, seems Richard Frederick is going to have his hands full with competition.
Oh,
Yeah, he's going to have his hands full, man.
what's happening?
Well,
Do
you
tell.
know, the United Workers' Party has Ross Clark.
Roche Clark. Mhm.
Okay, and you know, I must admit, Roche has been keeping well. From my perspective, I could be wrong. To me, a sort of low profile. I have to try to remember his name. Maybe we just don't like him in the same
In
circles.
the same circles, it could be,
Yeah.
or maybe you're not following him on social media.
Maybe
that could be another factor
maybe that
as well.
Yeah, maybe that too. I'm not hearing much about him. To me, he's like he doesn't have this
visible.
presence out there.
Right.
I could be wrong. So nonetheless, so Rush Clark is a member of the United Workers' Party, and this morning I'm reading that former Senate President Stanley Felix is joining the fray.
Ooh,
It's
a
not-
three-way race, isn't it?
Now, it's not his first time he's contested the seat.
This would be the third time, isn't
I
it?
think so. Third time, I think it was 2011.
2016, if I recall, and now.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
So Richard has some good contenders
I
there.
think he should be very confident. You know him,
Who?
Richard.
Oh,
Frederick.
Richard.
This is mine. I've bagged this. I'm not going to worry.
Yeah.
But when you have a political race, you have not only two now, you have three now, and Stanley Felix has already been there, done that, twice. So people do know him on the ground and that sort of stuff. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
I wonder how that that's going to play out.
Isn't
Will
he
the
still
votes?
is he still a member of the St. Lucia Labour Party?
Well, if I can just quote
But
the
then again, we live in a democracy, so.
yeah. Well, if I can quote the Prime Minister, he said, as far as he knows, he's still a. Let me tell you exactly what he said. He's still a card. There's a way he described it. Anyway, I can't find it, but there's a way he described it. But what's to the effect that, as far as he can recall, Stanley Felix is still a member of the Labour Party, as far as he can recall.
Well, I guess he feels like and that's what democracy
But he's
is
going
all
out as an
about.
independent, huh?
Independent, and that's what the democracy is all about. If he feels like, he has something to offer the people of, is it Central Castries or
Castries Central.
Then I don't see why not. Go ahead.
But if you're still a member of the party, you're still an official member. To me, there's something a little iffy going on there.
Well, if there's something iffy,
Because remember, he's going up
that's
as an
when-
independent.
That's where they come out and say, did anything happen? And if I guess maybe they might not. But again, that's what living in a democratic country is all about. You could be free to throw yourself into elective politics and be willing to serve the people of the country.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. But isn't there a process involved? It's like, say, for example, you're working
He
with.
paid his dues. I wonder.
Say you're working with us, and you decide now to just maybe open your own station. You didn't officially part ways. We just heard.
I know, right?
Heard you start
That's
the
not going to be a
station.
good thing, though.
Exactly.
Nah, you need to kind of, do it officially.
Yeah.
Maybe there's some channels that he may have taken. We don't know about it just yet. Maybe they might come out, and even though they don't, still people would just say, you know what. It raises the questions as to where the lines are drawn, politically speaking. But at the end of the day, I guess democracy isn't always who gives permission to run, right? It's about people deciding whether they trust you enough to represent them. And I think, he threw that in the ring. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, and of course we have to be big. We have to be mature
Enough,
and
right?
to allow people to make their choices.
Oh yeah.
And that just goes back to Mr. King, okay? Stevenson King. He made a choice to sever ties with the United Workers' Party. He said he didn't leave before his time was over. He said he served his 5 years, and he decided to make a move. Now, if you look at it from that perspective, he hasn't done anything wrong.
Yes,
and I think he's been seen now as a spoiler.
Some people call him a snake.
Yeah, exactly.
But people will always have different paths, different loyalties, different motivations, and people will always decide what's best for them, you know. And sometimes it's difficult for us to respect that, especially when you bring politics into the fray. Red, yellow, you know how that can be. But it's important that we respect someone's decision, whether we agree with it or not. We have to respect it.
But it's the way we do it.
Yeah.
And I'm just wondering whether Mr. King could have done it differently, right? So that he would not be seen in that light, or he did it the right way.
I think he must have maybe I don't even want to assume, because if I assume, then I'll be judging everything that he does. Or what I was about to say, I think I'll put a stop to it. But I think it pretty much shocked all of us when it happened. We didn't see it coming. You know, maybe those closest to him knew what was happening, but for individuals, because he actually, as I said, I served my term. It was over, so you know, I part ways.
So don't you think it's about time, if that's the case, if that's exactly and that's exactly what it was, that we don't see him that way, because he served out his time, his 5 years, and it was his choice to leave. That's his democratic right. That's his freedom. He's free to do that sort of thing.
I agree with that.
So
as well.
I'm just juxtaposing that against Mr. Felix. So if Mr. Felix now is still a member of the party, now he's a lawyer. I'm sure he's a very, very intelligent gentleman.
Very intelligent.
That he would know he's supposed to do things in a particular way. Now, if he's still a member of the party, he cannot just. Well, sorry, I don't think it's advisable for him to just announce that he's going to be a candidate as an independent candidate.
Okay.
So.
Well,
because
technically,
you see the politicians.
The other thing too, I wonder if he paid his dues.
Well, that too,
So
maybe
if
so.
he hasn't paid his dues, then he's no longer a member. Well, I would assume that's what happens, but still, I guess there are ways to do things, and it should be followed through. And if not, then can we really hold? I think we would hold them to it, and I think some people might want answers as to why he's now running as an independent candidate and not for the St. Lucia Labour Party, because the St. Lucia Labour Party have said, hey, they're in support of Richard Frederick for Castries Central and Stevenson King for the other constituency, and that's who they're supporting. So now we should gather that, hey, Stanley Felix is independent. He's no longer within the ranks of the St. Lucia Labour Party, unless there's something happening in the background that we do not know of, and that's us maybe just assuming.
I wonder how that's going to play out now in terms of the votes, because you have Roche, right? Roche will get his votes. Mr. Felix will get his votes.
I think he'll get a bit of both.
And would now Richard still be able to amass the vast majority, despite the fact that you have two other contenders for the constituency?
If he campaigns well enough, and the people within his constituency believes that he will deliver, because you hear that a lot, that hey, this person is not delivering and this person is not doing this, and no matter what part of the country they are, we hear that a lot. And sometimes when politicians are in fact working, you still hear they're not doing anything, and sometimes when that happens, I'm like, but how could we just say they're not doing anything? Are you telling me that they've been there for 4 years not doing anything? And it's important that we not be biased and give them credit where credit is due.
I think what they're saying is that the person hasn't done anything significant. I think that's what they say. Yeah, because you could do stuff.
You could deal with that.
You could do stuff, but it doesn't mean that you're doing anything significant. What's your legacy? What is it that you leave? And I feel that every politician should do something really outside the box.
I think so too.
Yeah, because what is your legacy?
Beyond
and
just
the number
fixing of roads and putting up a structure, we need more than that.
The number of males and females who have gone through the halls of Parliament, right? And there's just not much, anything remarkable they did.
Done, right.
Now, I know they may say, well, I'm not the Prime Minister, I don't have, the reins, I don't control the purse strings, that kind of thing, and there's not much I can do. But you'd be surprised.
You'll be surprised what you could do as an individual. There are some people that are not politicians, and they remarkable at things that they do, and they're remembered because of it, and they leave a legacy. As a politician, what would you want to be remembered for? Would you want to be remembered for the politician that stole money or got rich on the backs of taxpayers, or amongst other things? But that's something that every politician should, take stock of. What do I want my legacy to be? How do I want people to view me in the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years? And when election comes again around the corner, will I be singing the same song trying to get votes again? Because that's what happens a lot of times.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk about money now. Well, money is from the point of view of the bank. There was a customer, I think, Financial Literacy Month. I think the month of October is Financial Literacy Month.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, financial literacy. And yeah, that's a cool thing. That's a cool thing, right? For us to be financially literate.
Yeah.
So when we have these months that we be observing and so on, right? I think we tend to believe that we should be targeting the ordinary Joe Blow. Okay? I think that the banks and so on, when they have those seminars, I think the politicians should be the first to go to these gatherings.
I'm sure they're there.
I don't think so. No, they think they don't need that kind of advice.
They do.
Well, exactly.
Because you're managing the country.
Exactly. You should go here. What is it that these people are saying? Make you financially literate. I think they believe that they are financially literate, especially when you have a minister who's maybe minister for finance, right? And then you have the / prime minister who's generally the minister for finance, and they think that they got it together.
Oh.
Yeah. But
they always have people in the background doing the work for them too. Some of them don't really do much.
Well, as I said, the buck stops with them.
Yeah, the buck stops with them.
They make the final decision. But when you listen to both sides of the aisle and you hear them criticizing each other, saying what the blunders that were made in terms of handling and managing the resources of the state, it just really, really bowls you over when you hear the mistakes that were made. And you have to ask yourself, but wait a second here. What are they thinking?
What are
they thinking?
Yeah.
I mean, me, little apple, me. I'm saying there's certain things that to me, just common sense, I just wouldn't do. Just
you wouldn't get involved in it.
I'm not an expert in finance, and I'm saying, but these are people who are intelligent. Some of them they have their own business, and they just seem to be, when it comes to the finances of the state, they just treat it differently. Yeah. So
maybe they don't know. Sometimes maybe it boils down to trust. Somebody is selling you something. It seems really, really, really good. But you also have to think in the interest of the people of your country. How will it benefit them in the long term, not short term? Because some of the things that we're hearing, the contracts that were signed, sometimes that's not even public knowledge. We don't even see them. Some contract is signed, and just hear, okay, this multi-million-dollar contract is signed, and we don't see it, we don't have, it's not available to us.
You're right.
We just hear one politician saying, oh, well, this happened, and we still don't have the facts.
Exactly.
And I think the politicians need to be very transparent with the people of this country. We deserve that. It's very, very important, because it's not just me. I'm now in my 40s, but there's youngsters coming up. Whatever decision that you make today, imagine it affecting me, but it's also going to affect my nieces, my nephews, and the children that come after them, and your children as well. Even though you think, hey, you have money now, you have the reins, you have power, but they too will have children, and they too, that their children will also have grandchildren. Overall, it affects everyone. And the decisions that you're making that is constantly allowing us, the people, to suffer, you're going to feel it. You will feel
now,
it.
if I attended this customer service financial literacy month event, I think it was held in the city, I think Derek Walker Square. I'm not too sure exactly where.
Yeah, most likely.
Where they were. Yeah, Derek Walker Square, most likely. And they're talking about financial literacy and so on. The banks, I'm saying this to the banks, at least the ones that I tend to frequent. Why is it that customers have to literally psych themselves up for a long wait at the bank.
Dime.
I mean, this is the 21st century. This is 2025 going to 2026. You try and tell me I'm going to the bank and have to literally psych myself up for a long
You know you have to
wait.
be there for 2 hours, an hour and a half sometimes.
The banks are trying their best to get people to do things online and, online banking and using the ATM. And I see a lot of people using those services.
Mm-hmm.
But there still seems to be an issue when you go to the bank. Now, I take the line. I mean, I don't have a choice. I have to take the line depending on what it is I'm going to be
Right.
doing. Now, they've made accommodation for seniors. Okay? Believe it or not, I'm a senior.
I knew you would just throw that in there. But
Believe it or not,
anyways.
I'm a senior. And I've gone to the senior line.
Have you?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
I have.
How
Now,
has it
sometimes the people get vexed with me, The people taking the line say, Andrew, what you doing there?
Are you serious?
Yeah,
Well, they don't think you're a
they
senior.
They think I'm a senior,
You're not
So-
on a crutch or something, and you're not on a wheelchair.
Exactly.
So,
I'm not slow.
right, you're not slow.
But that line, the line for the seniors, I guess maybe for obvious reasons, that line is slow. You should take the regular line instead of going on the seniors
I
line.
thought it would be faster.
No,
But
that
then
line is
again,
slow.
yeah, you
That's
have to
slow.
think about
So
it.
the
It
banks
would
have made
be.
a little stride in trying to reach out to the seniors. Now we have another problem now,
What's the other problem?
where you have the customer service department, and everybody now have to take a seat. So there's
as for that
okay, good.
stuff. Ugh.
So there's no separate line for seniors. So that's one thing. So you have to go there and wait and wait and wait, because each person who goes there to that teller or that person who serves, right? It seems as though things are just so complicated.
I don't know
They
why
take
it's
so much time.
complicated, though.
Like things are
We're in the
so
21st
complicated.
century. We're now in 2025, and to think that things would have been a lot smoother, for some strange reason, I don't know why I feel like we regressed.
And I don't understand it. Explain to me. If you have a separate line for seniors, okay, when going to the teller, why don't they have a separate line for seniors at customer service? I don't understand it.
Maybe that's a suggestion. That
I'm sure they must
should
have-
have
they must
a
have thought
separate
about
line
that
for
already.
seniors as well.
Because you are subjecting the seniors now to what
To-
everybody else is
yeah,
going through.
Yeah.
So I don't get it. And there's something wrong with that. You go in there, at least from my experience, a whole bunch of booths are empty. You have sometimes two
That's
people
the other thing
serving.
as well. You enter early in the morning, and they open for a particular time, and they don't have all the tellers at the booths, at the stations. And not only that, we're seeing for some banks, they keep having new tellers. I wonder why.
Oh, well, yeah.
I wonder if it's because they're not paying them. The wages are a bit low or something.
Probably so.
Or whatever it
And
may
that
be,
job is
but-
very stressful.
and it's very, very stressful too. So maybe training but it's frustrating. It's really, really frustrating. Whatever you want to do at the banks, whether it's be opening a new account, going to deposit money. Some banks now, they don't even want you to take the line to do a deposit, or if you want to send somebody to do a deposit for you, they make it very, very difficult. I had this issue recently where someone went to do a deposit for me and they were turned away at a bank because they were not the name on the account. I was like, really?
Yeah, that doesn't make any
I'm like,
sense.
how is that even possible?
And they have some kind of policies. Imagine. I went to the bank, right, to get information about my brother's business in terms of
After his passing?
his mortgage and so on.
Right.
Because I don't
You
have
wanna
information
know, so-
on what's going on. Okay, now they tell you, come there with the death certificate. They tell you that,
Come
with the death certificate. So you go in now with the death certificate, thinking as though,
You're gonna
well,
get the
you have your
information.
pass, you have the death certificate. You are going to face a stumbling block.
You're not the power of attorney.
You're going to
If
face
you
a
had
stumbling
a
block.
document, well, then he's dead now. So what good would it be anyway?
But what you asked me to come with the death certificate, you telling me come, because I'm asking, okay, before the death certificate, listen, what do I need to have in order to get information?
Death certificate.
Okay? You bring the death certificate.
And that's it.
So I bring the death certificate, and I come up against a massive wall.
What
a
were they
massive
saying to
wall.
you
Well, let me
then?
give you a little example. A simple question. What is the balance on my brother's mortgage? I mean, it's no secret. I have the death certificate. I'm his brother. We had a business together at that particular bank. All right? So it's no secret. Everybody know. When I say everybody, those who in the know. The facts are facts. So what is the balance on my brother's mortgage? We cannot tell you that.
You went to a teller?
Yeah, this the customer service department that tell me to bring this thing.
Well, then what she should have done is point you in the right direction to someone who can assist you if she can.
Oh, she went to because I wasn't taking no for answer. I said, you listen to yourself. Just remove your teller cap for a second.
You said that?
Yeah, just remove your teller cap for a second. You what you saying there, that makes sense to you? Just think about that. If you're the one coming to a bank, you ask a simple question: what harm does that do? How is that going to change the price of coffee? That's what I said to her. Well, I'll have to go and ask the supervisor. She took about a whole 20 minutes before she came back. Supervisor, the member, they can't give out that little bit of information.
Did they say why?
No.
But
No.
you need the why.
Right? And they said, if we tell you, that means we'll have to tell everybody else. I said, but you have to treat each situation
but you came with a
based
death
on
certificate that you were asked to bring.
Yeah, that's what you asked me to bring.
You are legally the brother throughout this. Maybe for privacy reasons, I could if someone at the bank could call and let us know, send a text message or something on WhatsApp or Facebook and let us know. But I'm not quite sure how it works, but if they told you to bring a death certificate, means, okay, I'm going to come with it and they're going to give me the information.
They gave me no information with the death certificate. So I don't know what these people are talking about.
Oh, boy.
So these are the things, when you see they have their things on the Derek Walcott Square, these are the things they have to address. Because this thing just gets people frustrated with the banks. All right? Let me give you another one. I said, okay, all right, you won't tell me the balance. Okay, how much was my brother paying?
So you could at least,
Yeah, so now I can continue making the payments and so on once I can afford it, right? We can't tell you that either. I said, well, what harm is that doing? You tell me something like that? Now I was getting really frustrated inside there already, and getting angry. Okay?
So what did you do eventually?
Well, I just had to leave because they refused to give me the information. And I keep saying, what harm is that doing? What harm will it do if you tell me the balance and how much he pays a month? How is that going to change the price of coffee? How is that going to hurt him or hurt me or hurt the bank?
The only thing I'm thinking is for privacy reasons. They have, the different policies or what to follow. But again, my thing is, if the teller isn't helpful, the supervisor isn't helpful, they then should schedule a meeting for you to meet maybe one of the managers.
You know what they want to do? You know what they want me to do?
So you could get a lawyer?
Yeah. So now I have to go get a lawyer, pay a set of money
to get the information.
Okay?
Okay, well, for legal channels.
I mean, you think
usually work.
Oh no.
Maybe in the past they've given that information and people, sometimes there's a lot of things we have it. I'm not saying you, but it just brought something to the fore here. Sometimes in the past, whether it be a banking institution or other institutions, people have gone and they've pleaded and cried and said, you know what, this is me, I really need that information to do this, and then the next thing you know, so-and-so gave me that information and it's all out there. So it's a way for them to protect themselves, and it's a way to ensure that what has to be done for you and for that person is done going through the right channels. So they do not have to face any, I'm looking for the word, later down the line. That could be a reason. Because in times past, people do get information, and when they do get information, it's what they do with the information given to them. But I could understand your frustration as well, because you told me, hey, I came, what do I need for my brother's banking information, his mortgage payments, and
that's
so
right.
You told me that's what I need.
That's
so
what
I'm
I need.
coming here thinking, hey, that's all I need.
Yeah.
If you had said to me, you know what, I also need you to go to a lawyer and this is what you need, I would have done that. You're wasting my time.
And
so I understand your
and you see what I told you about the customer service? Almost 2 hours sitting there, and you finally get to a teller, and that's what they're telling you.
Yeah, that's true. I understand.
They give you a rough time.
I understand.
So now I have to go and spend a ton of money to get that information.
It's not cheap.
It is not cheap.
It ain't cheap.
I can tell you that. It is not cheap at all. Okay? They want me now to go and get letters of administration. I hope they're listening,
Yeah.
Okay, just like the police. The police
Still nothing has happened.
that telling you to come to CID. I hope they're listening to come to see. Because I keep saying, if me, I mean, people know me, right? Nobody know me to be involved in anything untoward. I walk the straight and narrow when it comes to business, my life, and so on. I'm very, 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 very careful, okay? The way I conduct myself. So nobody has anything to come and throw at me
Right.
at the end of the day, okay? So the police...
This
All
how
right.
you say that.
Yeah, I have to say the police. Yeah, the police telling me to come there. I spent an hour and a half giving information. They were writing a book.
You've already given the information.
Okay, exactly. I had to come and re-give it.
Oh,
I had to re-give the same information. All that time there, you're writing a book, and then at the end of the day, you can't do jack.
You can't publish the book up to now.
You can't do anything about that.
Oh,
Nothing,
No
nada
arrest
has been done.
made. They
And them
haven't
fellas,
returned
them
to the
four fellas are still out there, and they're still doing the same bull. Because somebody sent me a video yesterday of the main suspect in another vibe.
What?
On another vibe. That's right. Somebody sent me the video, that same suspect, right? Burglarizing another house again. No way.
And it makes you think. The crime level in St. Lucia has gone up. You have so many people complaining about the police not being effective in carrying out their duties. And yet another citizen of this country, something happens, walk to the police, go drive, whatever, a statement has been taken and nothing happens.
And not only statement,
it's over.
No only statement, video, pic, name,
So what's the purpose
location.
of saying, install video cameras
Exactly,
on your
all
premises
that,
if you're not
all
going to
that
use it?
pappy show.
Explain that to me.
Actually, these people, the same thing. I said the banks and all that. It's like they just seem to like to give you a hard time.
Oh, boy.
And I want to say that again. Me, I tell you, me, and I say me, not because I'm anybody special. I'm saying I walk the straight and narrow. I try my best to do things the right way. And if I get in that rough time,
Let's imagine
can you
someone
imagine a
else.
little Joe Blow going inside there?
But just imagine, though, you're dealing with it and everybody knows who you are. And so what are you now saying? And I'm just going to ask the question, right? Because many of us have gone through something similar. Are you now saying that the police only works for a certain few people in St. Lucia, depending on how high up they are? So if it was maybe a lawyer or a doctor or maybe another police officer like yourself, would you have done something about it? It begs the question. Because some people
I think
are
it's so
going through and have
frustrating.
been complaining
So frustrating.
and have been saying that they're frustrated with the system that is there to protect them, to serve them.
To
It's
serve.
broken. Fix it.
Because at least if I tell you this is a suspect, you show me by your actions that you are trying something. Okay, we went to the area that you
Yeah,
said.
that's what I was expecting.
We went there. We had a search warrant. We asked questions. The individual was not
Nothing?
there at the time. Nada, nothing. So they get you frustrated. Okay, that's why you see a lot of young fellas. They don't believe in the system. But I'm smarter than that. Okay, I will not take matters into my own hands.
I don't think you should.
Them four suckers. Yeah, they have some. They'll meet their match. Okay, so I leave them alone.
Yeah.
I leave them alone. Okay, now that's that. So just going back to the bank now. So the bank now want me to go and spend a set of money. Yeah, whether I have it, I don't have it. I have to go. If I have to ensure that I protect my brother's things, I have to go through that now. Okay, so the lawyers want their share. Okay,
The banks get.
yeah, the lawyers want their share. The government want their share. That's another thing again. So everybody have to get their cut.
And you
For a
there
cut.
pleading,
For a
crying,
cut.
saying, hey.
For a cut.
Someone, who sang that?
That's Invader.
Right?
Invader. You must play today.
Oh my word, yeah.
For a cut.
Everybody doing something for a cut.
Making life so difficult for people,
Yeah.
man. It's really, really, really sad. Really, really sad. But anyway, so much for that. So when you're having all those things, you're having seminars, you'll say you want
Financial literacy
government to give you all
seminars
this,
and so
give you all
on.
that, give you all the other. I don't know what you're talking about. I have no idea. I have no idea what they're talking about. So you know about financial literacy and so on and so on. Check yourself first. See the way you all operate with customers and give people a rough time, making life difficult
Make it a bit easier.
for individuals.
Yeah.
Okay? I'm saying the question I asked is a simple little question that's doing no harm to anybody. How much does he have on his mortgage? That's a simple little question. That's the big secret. It's a big secret. You can't tell me. Okay, how much does he pay a month? That's a big secret. You can't tell me something like that. And I'm coming there with a document showing I have the document that my brother passed, that we have a business together. Hold a second.
Okay.
We have a business together at that same institution. Okay? We're no strangers inside there. You know that before I even go inside, they already tell me accept my sympathy. So what are you talking about? And I've been stripsing every time because that thing just gets me really angry.
You know what? I was
Make
saying.
me waste my time.
Thinking if you walk into the bank and say, "Hey, you know what? I have $5,000 to put on my brother's mortgage to
Oh,
pay."
they love that.
What would happen then? Would they tell you,
love
you know, we can't take it because
I got a call from the headquarters. Yeah, the headquarters in Trinidad. They call and say they give me a month. Yeah, to get things together. Yeah, a month to get things together.
A month?
Yeah. Otherwise, they'll do what they have to do.
Are you serious?
I'm serious, I tell you. I'm serious.
Maybe is that's their strategy. After someone dies, make it very, very difficult. So now that property now belongs to the bank, or we could do what we want to do. Maybe it's a strategy. You never know. I'm just saying. I could be wrong, but a month is not enough time to get everything together, especially if you're looking at someone's financial situation, how much it's going to cost, the lawyer's fees and so on, and the time.
The government fees too.
Yeah, and the other fees that comes with it. That's not enough time. Come on.
Yeah, and government fees.
Yeah.
I don't stress that, government fees.
And dealing with a death as well. That's.
I don't even know where the governments. I put governments because there are a whole bunch of administrations where they get these ideas from. Where you'll get these ideas from? Who comes up with those things, right? Imagine. There are friends of mine who need to get a divorce. They need it. They want to get out of the marriage. You know what they have to do? They have to live in quote unquote in sin, where they move on with their life, but they can't afford to pay for a divorce.
Oh, it's a lot of money, I heard.
Yeah. Imagine that.
It's a lot of money.
Somebody's trying to get out of a situation that they're not happy. You're not happy. The thing is broken down irretrievably. You're charging them so much money, thousands of dollars. Where do they get these ideas from? To me, you're taking advantage of somebody's vulnerability at that moment.
Well, the lawyers will say they have to make the money, but the fees to really put that into perspective. A lot of people can't afford it.
You need on the lawyer's case. You're on the lawyer's case. The government.
The government is part of that too?
Our governments, right, who have been there.
Divorce?
Pardon? Of course, I mean stamps and all kinds of things. You have to.
The stamp duty.
Yeah, you have to pay, and you don't mind doing that,
Right, yeah.
But it's not cheap. It's big money, and we acting as though we're some kind of first world country. That's the way we acting. Everybody knocking.
That's something they need to revisit.
No, but you see, if we don't say those things, and that is why I'm talking about it.
It's important that they do that because
they're thinking as though this is cool and everybody's fine with it. That's just not the case.
Yeah,
that's not the case. Where do they get these ideas from? And where do they get these costs? How do they arrive at those things? I have to talk about another thing too, right? I think I mentioned it yesterday. This thing about concessions. Yeah, a lot of.
Yeah,
right?
they don't really.
They tell you about concessions. You thinking it's something really, really grand. You thinking it's something really, really, really grand. So you're working out everything for concessions. What it costs you to put all the documents and stuff together, right? You put that together to present because they ask me for all kinds of documents. And then when you see the time comes now, you're hearing what the concession is. You're saying, what? You say, all that trouble you give me there for that. Well, that's how it is. That's how things work in the thing, and that's just the way it is.
Jeez, man. Yeah, you know what to do. We're already talking about it, and that's the first step. And I think it's important.
I'm not blaming this administration,
I'm not blaming this administration.
It's been so for eons.
For a very long time.
For eons.
So it's important that we as citizens of the country begin to, bring these things up. So whichever administration is in power, whichever government is, that they revisit it. Because it's costing us. I mean, sometimes we have to struggle to find the money to pay it. Sometimes you can't even afford it. You just leave it alone.
if you had a
Nah,
cost,
man,
and
nah,
you know what they
nah,
like to do? They like to tell you, oh, what obtains in other countries, what obtains in other countries in the OECS. So they will use an example and say in Montserrat,
in this country, then that happens.
or in St. Vincent, it costs so and so. So in other words, if it's happening there, it should be happening here. No, you have to look at your economy, your environment, or the level of employment or unemployment, whatever the case may be, and you treat each situation
differently. Yeah, I agree. I totally
imagine you voting for people, right? And those people are supposed to be looking after your best interest. And it's like they're squeezing you.
Mm-hmm. Isn't that what's been happening? And we sit by and be like, oh, we support them. And I tend to wonder sometimes the people who support politicians and they feeling it, whether hey, I do not have the money to provide for my children. That little handout is just a handout, and I still have to struggle. And you still have to take your time and go to the polls and vote again and stay in the struggle.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, really and truly think about that for a minute. Like, you the one who's struggling, you the one who's going for it. A little $100 ain't gonna do something for you long term. $250 not gonna do something for you long term. And you throwing support constantly for individuals, and what you like doing, just being in the struggle. It's high time that we as the citizens of this country say, you know what, enough is enough. I'm struggling, I'm going for it. I'm not saying that the government is supposed to just roll out the red carpet, but you should be able to make life
a little easier for your people. Yeah.
And if they're constantly saying, and you could see the struggles, you could see the plight that they're going through, ease up the burden, the man.
And that's why I was saying, I was talking about Cristiano Ronaldo. This guy is now a billionaire. Okay? You know why he's a billionaire? Because he's talented. That's number one. He's talented. And number two, he has different revenue streams.
Yeah.
So he makes money from this, from that, from the other, a whole bunch of revenue streams. And you talk to an economist and they tell you that's the best way to roll.
It's the best.
You have different sources of income coming here, coming there, right? Let me tell you something. Who you think have the most sources of income in this country? The government,
The government.
They have a ton of things that they just coming through this way, that way, the other way, all over the place. And if you can't manage an economy still, something's wrong.
And that's what I'm saying. There was one time I was thinking, I'm not going to say names, whatever department, but you have monies taking here from that amount person. Another that each vehicle that comes into the country, you pay. Then people have to pay for licensing. If our roads like that, still. And then we look at another government ministry. I mean, come on, and you're right about that. There's so many income streams coming
all
through
over the place. You still have it's still rough. It's still rough.
Come on.
You can't manage the economy well. I'm not talking about this administration, folks. Don't misunderstand me. I'm speaking in general.
It could be maybe, I don't know. I was thinking of something, but I really don't know. Maybe they should. You know what I would love to know? How much money does each government department make? Ministry make?
Well, let me tell you.
Month.
Well, let me tell you. The last I heard, it was during COVID-19. I remember it with the former Prime Minister Alan Chastain. He spoke about the salaries to public servants on a monthly basis. I think it's over $40-something million to pay civil servants. Okay? Over $40-something million
and they still getting bonuses again.
A month. Okay. All right? Okay? So, and they're paying it. I don't hear them saying salaries are not being paid.
No, they get money.
Servants.
Although lately I've been hearing people complaining that if there are issues with getting payment, certain ministries within the government, I'm not quite sure. I think some people haven't gotten paid for about 3 months or so.
Huh?
Yeah, man. They're new workers.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, yeah, that happens. Once you come into the service, it takes a little while for
3 months?
Things to turn over. Yeah, it takes a little while.
It ain't happening in the private sector.
I don't know why it works like that.
I'm not sure why it works like that, but they need to fix, because think about it. Someone's working, they're there for 3 months, they come to work and they get home, they have children to feed and so on. I mean,
let me tell you,
I
don't like to use the US too much because US is on another level.
Yeah.
But I remember when I was in the States and I'd go to my tax returns. Let me tell you something. you could bank on that. You could literally in other words, if the government owes you $1,000,
It's there.
you know there's a particular date you're going to go and check in your mailbox,
You're gonna
and that
get
thing
it.
you have a check.
Right.
You can literally plan because they're so efficient. That is why you see when you see you owe Uncle Sam, he ain't playing with you.
Here, you have to
He ain't playing.
wait, be calling and calling and calling, try to see if your nene working there.
Yes.
If you have a friend of a friend not working there, they could pull the strings for you. Come on, man.
I have
It shouldn't
never-
have to be that way.
I have never.
It should not have to
During the
be
time that
way.
government owes me, they owe me some money. I have never gotten a check in the mail to say for the first time. You don't have to worry about it. It just came there. Never. You have to go, and as you said there, see what strings you can pull.
You can pull to get that money. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
So
Oi. Let me tell you, sometimes you just have to shake your head and wonder. And I understand why people just don't vote, I understand. And I understand why some people are swing voters, because there's nothing that you coming that is telling me bite into it.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
just going to lot kote. And that's
It's
why
true,
we
it's
have
true.
so many independent candidates now,
There you
coming
go.
around, because back in the day you have an independent and it's assured that you're going to lose. I think we only had one instance way back when that independent candidate won, and then we had the likes of Richard Frederick, Stephen King, but we have a lot more now. It says a lot.
Exactly.
It says a lot.
Exactly. I agree with you. Okay, no doubt. I'm sure people are chiming in on our little discussion here
Yeah.
this morning, but I felt I needed to say so.
And I'm happy.
By
you
the
did.
way, one more little thing. I spoke about the Gaza situation.
Yes.
The Palestinian prisoners. I was watching Al Jazeera yesterday. Okay, because BBC ain't showing you anything. BBC. I'm so disappointed in them. It's not
You've been
funny.
seeing some.
I'm disappointed. Okay. They showed you the guys coming from the prisons in Israel. The guys are looking bad. The guys are gaunt. They are gaunt. The guys always sees bones. Right, the
No
fellas are not being treated well
Oh
in the
my
Israeli
word.
prisons, and there's a
Breaks me
fact.
just hearing this.
You know what the point I wanted to make? That I don't know that government. I can't say Israelis because not all Israelis are like that. But that government, you see, that's there. Imagine if when they release the Palestinians, there's strict orders. The Palestinians are not supposed to rejoice. Yeah.
Are you serious?
You are forbidden to rejoice. In other words, you're not allowed to be happy to see your relative who you haven't seen in years. And if they catch you rejoicing, they put you in jail.
Huh?
You can go and check it out.
What kind of...
Yeah, you're not. They can rejoice. They can be happy and merry and gay, no problem, right?
That's-
but the
that's
Palestinians cannot rejoice. If they find them rejoicing, they can be put in prison. It's crazy. It's crazy. And we are,
that's so
again,
unfair.
the world know these things. They know what's going on, and they say nothing. They just allow it. By the way, a final thing. The what's it called again? The International Maritime Organization. They have something called a net zero shipping framework, right? Where they're trying to limit gas. These carbon emissions. They're trying to bring it down to zero and this kind of thing and blah 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 blah. Well, boy, there's a meeting taking place in the UK. Some people are attending.
When is it? It's this week, is it?
Yes, it's until the 17th. So some people are attending in person, others, via Zoom and via this and that and the other. Hey, the Trump administration warned the Caribbean already. If you all go and support them fellas there, you're talking about sanctions in your skin.
No, but the Caribbean have been pushing
For this.
for a very long time. Now you're gonna just put a spoke in their wheel.
Yeah. So in other words, that's to ensure. That's to ensure that you try to limit the thing. You come into people's waters. You come to our waters. You can't just be dropping stuff all over the
It's a tricky
place.
situation for Caribbean leaders right now. One hand, zero. Boy, that's scary. It's a reducing emissions and meeting global climate change targets. But that's something that small island states have been pushing for a very, very long time. And
That's
now,
right.
What?
Yeah. So here, listen to a statement from Marco Rubio. Yeah, that partner. The United States will be moving to levy remedies against nations that sponsor this European-led neo-colonial export of global climate regulations. We'll fight hard to protect our economic interests by imposing costs on countries if they support the net zero shipping framework. International Maritime Organization members should be on notice. Listen to the language. That's a joint statement from the U.S. Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, the Secretary of Energy, Chris Wright, and the Secretary of Transportation, Sean P. Duffy.
Oh.
Yeah, so they warned CARICOM already, okay? The International Maritime Organization officials say 108 members are eligible to vote, including 10 from CARICOM are eligible to vote. You know what's going to happen now? If CARICOM members decide to vote for that thing,
They're going to be
sanctions in your skin.
sanctioned.
Boy.
Oh boy, how do you support climate action without jeopardizing livelihoods or facing? Oh boy, that's tough.
Yeah.
That's tough.
That's why I told you, when you see these things are happening in Gaza and so on, we may not get what Gaza got directly, but when you start to flex your muscles like that, and people are quiet, the bullies, they love that. So then now, when look at what's happening with that situation, and there are many more, to come. Okay, you look at the situation with the Cuban healthcare program.
And now we have the situation with Venezuela, which obviously will filter through.
So what they do now is bully you. You don't want to cooperate, we bully you, we threaten you.
Oh boy, that's a lot of pressure from and the United States has significant influence.
They have leverage.
They
have leverage.
So that's that. Oh boy, we're definitely backed into a corner now.
That's right.
It'll be interesting to see how the 10 Caribbean countries.
10 CARICOM countries.
CARICOM countries handle that situation.
You think they're going to sign and say
I don't think
to this
so.
thing? We're not going to do that.
I don't think they will. But
it's too much pressure.
I would love to know what happens next.
It's too much pressure.
It's a lot of pressure.
The thing there with the Cuban medical healthcare program, they back off.
Grenada backed
off. All the talk about look, Cuba did this and that for us. They backed off.
Yeah. Well.
But you see, as I said, that's what happens when we say nothing. When we just figure, okay, that's our business. They bombing children. Well, that's not our business. We're not saying anything. But look how it's coming home now.
It's hitting on a different...
And there's more to come. Tonto. Go ahead.
Okay, let's see what we're going to go with first. Chat park. Let me go back to that. 1 second. Okay, I'll do Facebook first. Go up.
It's 5 minutes after 11, folks, and this is Hard Drive. Minus my good brother Tony. Yeah.
Is how you said that 5 minutes after 11, folks.
Yes. And coming up at 11:30 today, we're continuing. We rev up the homegrown.
Yeah. Pious Nappy, yeah, man. Okay. Sharon Peter actually is the first to chime in. Tony would be so happy because she usually was the first one to chime in.
Morning,
so she
Sharon.
says, happy Tuesday to all. She says, bonjour, Kay. Tony! Sigh. Pious Nappy, yeah, man, is in the building. He says, good morning. Dakota McGuire Cleveland Seeley says, good morning with some hearts. Thank you, Dakota. Sharon Peter returned and says, beautiful Kay. Christine Shari says, blessed Tuesday to you both. Hi to Shasha, listening in St. Croix.
Okay, Shasha.
Pearl Food Baby Henry says, good morning and happy Tuesday to the Rev-Up Slu family and all in the chat room. Good morning, Pearl. Happy Tuesday as well. Septima Joseph says, good morning. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Thank you, Septima. John McCurdy says, good morning, Rev-Up family. Catherine McPhee's in the house. She says, good morning, Andre. Kina, keep smiling.
Good morning.
Melanie Destang says, good morning. Blessed Tuesday to all. Barbara Augustine has a lot to say. She says, good morning, my darling Kina. Everyone on the live. Yes, Andre. A missing toenail. I have an empty feeling always when Hard Drive comes on. Rest in peace, my Tony Paul.
It's true.
Steffi Ann Sinclair says, yes, the PM said he's been paying his dues.
Okay, I guess that's from Mr. Felix.
Yeah. Someone says, Andre, you see you? I'm not quite sure what she was referring to. That's 38 minutes ago. Jesse Mathern says, good morning, Andre. Kina, happy Tuesday to you both. Andre, my pipeline is busted by the road, and I have called Wasco already. And up to now, they cannot come to fix the pipeline. The water is wasting, and all they are telling you is... 1 second, Jesse.
He's saying water is life.
Put in the report.
Water is life. That's what he said. So where did
What
that happen?
location is it? Oh, that's in Bosseju Grosley. So please can you announce where in Bosseju Grosley, please? You just said Bosseju is a very big place.
It's a large place.
So let us know exactly where in Bosseju. If you can, you could send a WhatsApp message after. And
Maybe the person can't even do that because there's no signage
that's
all over the
true.
country. Very
What
little
did you say,
signage, right?
152?
So when you're in a particular community, you have no idea where you are. You have no idea where you are. Yeah, unless of
Okay.
course you're from the
If
community.
there's a thing that I'm looking for this, I can't remember the word.
A landmark.
Right, a landmark that she could give, then you could send that back and give us the information.
He'll tell you that these are the mountain.
Sanya Joseph says, NY thought process exactly, and it should have been my thought process exactly, Andre. Done. I think don't leave. I think she meant don't leave a legacy. So it should be my thought process exactly, Andre. Don't leave no legacy behind. But it's how it's worded. Drama Queen Augustine says, "Blessed morning, my Rev-Up family."
Oh, I think I understand what the person is saying.
Yeah.
That they don't leave a legacy
Yeah,
behind.
the politicians. Alexandrine Lisa says, "Blessed Tuesday to all." Hi, Alexandrine. Sanya returned and she says, that is why voting for person instead of party is important. I strongly believe voting for person is the way to go and not following party blindly. I totally agree. Bob Mangal says, it's not their money, so they take a gamble. Oh, you like the sound of that? It's not the politicians' money.
Oh.
So they take a gamble, they just spend it. Steffi Ann St. Clair returned and she says, wow, and we're still waiting for water in my area. What area are you in, Steffi Ann St. Clair? Sanya returned and she says, if I was voting Castries Central, I would vote Stanley Felix. I believe he also deserves a fair share as to see where his beliefs go for the Castries Central. I have had a chance to listen to his views. Bob Mangal returned and says, true. Kenton Henry says, there's a reason why Solomon asked God for wisdom and not intelligence to lead the people. Intelligence is of a man's teaching. I love that. Right. I love that. Thank you, Kenton. Bob Mangal says, common sense is not common. Septima Joseph chimed in and she says, so true. Steffi Ann St. Clair says, that makes no sense. It's almost like they want the account to be in arrears, referring to Tony here.
No.
Right. Bob Mangal says that's ridiculous. That's when you were, discussing and talking about the bank. Someone else says, you are well known in St. Lucia, much less an ordinary person.
That's my point.
And that's what
what I was saying.
making. And Dika says, Kiki, good morning to you. Nancy Grace Lane returned and she says, well, she's chiming in for the first time and she says, Andre, the system in St. Lucia is so complicated that I don't even think the workers understand why they're doing what they're doing. If a proper explanation was given to you, why they couldn't give you the balance, at least you would understand. Yeah. And that's what he's saying. And Dika says, good morning, Andre.
Morning.
And Dika says, Kiki, and the name is pronounced NDK as Patrai Sana ba yo tap by mama. With laughing emojis. Kenton Henry says, backward better, you better society. They are trying to get the loan in default so they can resell the property. That's what he said. And DK returned and says, marriage is more than just getting together. That is why you have to be careful when you are getting into it.
Yep.
I agree. Totally agree with that.
Getting out is
and
something
getting
else.
out is something else.
It's
You get in so
expensive.
easily.
Yeah.
It's expensive to get into, depending on,
And as I said earlier, the number of couples who are living in quote unquote sin. They moved on already with somebody else. They're living with somebody
that,
else,
huh?
and they're still legally married because the divorce is so expensive. It costs thousands of dollars. It's
much is it?
shameful. Well, I know for sure one person paid about $8,000.
Put half.
No, but you have the other party who's not cooperating.
Oh, in that case.
You have people who say, I don't believe in divorce. Yes, one set of people. You have another set now that say, I don't have the money. right? Manilage.
If you went into a divorce knowing that you're dating somebody that broke, you expect them to now be able to pay for divorce?
Well, the thing is that you didn't plan for the divorce. You planned for a marriage. It's just that now things didn't work out the way.
Well, now some people have to plan. Hey, if it don't work out, what am I going to do? Think about that before you get married. Yeah, and a whole bunch of other things too. Because a lot of us don't think of anything else. We just think, oh, the person loves me. And da-da-da-da. You don't think, hey, I'm going to be living with this person for 20, 30, 40, 50 years.
I think it was Pope Francis, before he died, he was talking about, I think in the Vatican, they have what they call the annulment of marriage.
Yeah.
That was like big business, and the Pope spoke out against this thing.
Yeah, but an annulment, isn't it when you don't consummate a marriage or something like that?
No. In other words, you can get a divorce, but as far as the church is concerned, if they do not put a stamp of approval, you're not divorced. That's what the Roman Catholic Church believes. So you have the annulment now, where the church says, okay, we understand, and we're saying to you now, you are now divorced. The church makes that final decision. So what Pope Francis was saying is that the system now, right, was taking advantage of those people by charging them exorbitant sums to get the annulment.
Oh boy.
So you understand where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
So you're just making bread on people's vulnerability.
Yeah.
And that's what's happening in our country.
In our country. Oh boy.
Yeah, so people now have to be living in sin, and I want to put that there out there.
Yeah, that's what's happening.
They've moved on. They're living with another person.
But you could choose not to live in sin.
Well, just stay there.
You chose to get married after all. Wait.
But what if the person is the one that wronged you?
If the person, oh yeah, that's the other thing.
Yeah, the person wronged you. They're the ones maybe who treating you badly. Maybe they are verbally, physically abusive.
And everything else.
What if you marry a guy who's abusing your child?
Why can't a lawyer just, on the circumstances, what the person has gone through, just, come on, man. The lawyers don't have a heart, man.
No, this has to be regulated. Somebody has to step in and say, hey, this far and no further. And that's why Pope Francis was upset about this thing. I remember reading that story.
I remember you reading that story as well.
This annulment thing, making it expensive for the ordinary person, because the annulments, let me tell you something, if you don't, and you have to understand the power of religion. The church, unless the church doesn't say so, it ain't so.
It ain't so, right.
That's in the Roman Catholic Church. So if you're a member of the church now, you have to abide by the rules. You understand? So unless the church doesn't say you are divorced, you're not divorced.
You're not divorced.
So they will not remarry, things like that. That's why a lot of people sometimes now they leave the Roman Catholic Church and go to another denomination. Now sometimes they go to another denomination, and some is worse. There are those that will tell you, because your husband treated you that way, that you now cannot marry. You have to remain like that for the rest of your life.
Yeah?
Yeah. Because God says you cannot divorce. They tell you those things. Some denominations are like that.
Okay. Why do people make the Bible seem like it's so complicated? Some, that is.
Yeah,
that's why we have to be very,
the way
very
they
mindful.
interpret what is said.
Where we go.
Okay?
Whoosh. Oh boy. It makes some people out there wonder,
can you imagine,
should I get married
Can you imagine you're 21 years old? You're 21. And things go awry after about 3 years, 4 years in the marriage. Say you're 25 and your husband decides now to do something foolish, right? And then you want out. Yes, you can get out. You can quote unquote divorce. But in the eyes of God, you are not supposed to marry. That's what some denominations tell you. Yes. Unless your husband now dies, or your wife were to die, then that frees you up. But as long as the person is alive, you're married.
Well,
some denominations, that's exactly what they say.
And some people actually do that, right?
Yeah, well, no. They just sin.
They just sin?
In private. In secret.
In private, but
Imagine
you also have to remember that if you figure you sin in private for, the common person, man or woman, God still sees.
But think about it. I think you're 25 years old, right? And your husband is 30, and your husband, boy, he's there kicking, boy. 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, he's still alive. And you were 25 when that happened. 25. And you have to hold yourself there.
That's tough.
Exactly.
That is tough. Boy, I don't even know. I don't want to be you.
So you get it from all sides, eh? All sides. They have their beliefs.
Yeah.
Okay? Right.
Yeah, that's tough.
Carry on.
Though you just have me, my mind going there like, yo, that's tough. Yeah, people marry because they don't want to get divorced. That's a lot of people. They never think about it. They never think that they're going to go down that route. And when it happens, it's like, whoa. And then to hit that stumbling block is one thing. But that's why you have to be sure. But you can never be sure. But again, guidance is very important, and using wisdom, like someone says. You know, that's why you need, elders, your mom, your family, Me, if somebody said they want to marry me now, go to my mom, go to my pastor, and I not having just so, even snow involved in that too.
Yeah, you have to get Snow's approval.
Yeah, man, and everybody is, they have to vet you till you cannot be vetted anymore. Sanya Joseph says, bring managers of the banks to a session, Andre, and interview them on these topics of bank policy and dealing with banks' procedures. That's what she said.
Yes, I heard.
Okay. She also went on to say, as the persons we vote, give why we need to vote for them and not because they represent a party. Thank you, Sanyu. And DK says voters need to start voting on issues, not color. And this is why St. Lucian's choice is clear. Are you serious? Be more specific. And the person went on to say the youth economy is giving young people a chance. Okay, I'm young. I have no chance. But wait a minute. By the time when you pass, and let me tell you, listen, when you pass like your 30s, 40s, you ain't youth no more. What's happening for us? Hello?
I'm always saying
what's
that.
happening for the older folk? Hello? We're still living. We're still part of this society too.
I'm always saying that. I'm always saying, what about the old folks?
After we pass our youth, then, we get older. Hey, there should be something for us as well. Hello? I'm just saying. And Andre has been saying that for a while.
I've been saying for the longest while. There's nothing there for old folks.
Yeah, there's nothing. I ain't old yet, but I still need some too, and I think many others too.
I interviewed the current Prime Minister one time, and I asked him about that.
Right.
So he says, we're just starting.
Oh,
It'll come.
That's good.
So,
at least if he says they're working.
Yeah, we're there waiting to see.
There's a song, My Government Working.
yeah. You must play that today. You must play that.
I can't remember who sings it, but it just came to mind.
Local calypso, yeah.
Right. Sanya Joseph says to NDK, kiss your brain, LOL, perfect. Is that I strongly recommend. Okay, they're having conversations, so you go at it. Someone else says, NDK says, Kiki, that's why we must listen to government budgets. You see, our brains just be like, when we're listening to that sometimes, it's a lot to take in. And he went on to say, or he or she went on to say, Kiki, this is why we need to pay taxes, which is the government main revenue stream. And you think people are not paying taxes? Of course they are. But what happens in the end, sometimes when they have to get back something, they ain't getting nothing. It takes a while. That's what Andre was just saying, remember?
Correct.
Bob Mangal says, happy you did. And DK returns says, Andre, you are right. You get the checks in the mail because when, as you rightly said, when you owe Uncle Sam, they are coming.
They don't play with you, boy.
Bob Mangal said, wicked. And DK says, the one-sided world rejoicing is for one side as if the others are not people. I think that's reference to Gaza. Right?
Yeah.
Power-wielding threats.
They see. You remember the story of the Good Samaritan? The Good Samaritan, right? Remember when the Jew fell among thieves, and the Bible says that this person who was a Samaritan came to help.
Yeah.
Okay. They saw the Samaritans as dogs. Okay? So that same attitude is still pervasive today. They see the Palestinians as dogs. That's how they see them.
Yes, that's what they see.
Okay?
Yeah, that's how they see them. Yeah. And DK says that's why it is key for CARICOM to look to Africa and BRICS. But Drina Monroe is in the house.
But the thing is now that the Trump administration they're putting tariffs in your skin, boy.
Man.
If you see BRICS ever try anything,
let me tell you,
trouble in the camp.
How much more time Trump has?
Too much. Yeah. It's not even a year yet. And yeah.
Gosh. Madrina is in the house. She says, good morning, Andre and Kina. Good morning, Madrina.
Morning, Madrina. Good hearing from you.
Yeah. Josiane is in the house. Josiane Alexander Larcher. She says, good morning, River family. Good morning,
Morning, Josie.
Also, since I said Josiane, I want to say good morning to Jojo, our Jojo. Haven't seen her chimed in for a little. Joella.
Yes, that's true.
Morning,
That's true. Hope
Jojo.
she's all right. Mm.
Virginia, I haven't seen her. Maybe WhatsApp. And Gigi,
She called this morning.
Good morning. Oh, she did?
Yeah, she called.
Oh, good. Jesse Mathra says, next to ANMAC, I told them so. Oh, posted you the water leak next to ANMAC. Wasco, if you're listening, someone living in Bosiju said there's a busted pipe outside their home next to ANMAC. Find it. Okay? Thank you much. Aled Richards says, morning, Andre and Kina.
Morning, Aled.
Morning, Aled. Lorena Medard says,
Hey, Lorena.
and beautiful day to you both. Hi, Kiki and Andre. Sorry, guys.
Hold on. We have to big up Lorena. Remember, she's been going through some stuff. Remember that?
Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, let's just pay a little attention to her.
Oh, Lorena made Andre said pay attention.
Yeah, we haven't forgotten you. Remember the last time she messaged and she was saying some stuff she was going through?
Oh, gee, I'm confusing her with another individual. That's why.
So Lorena, we hope things are much better.
You're doing a whole lot better, and oh my gosh, sending you all the kisses. I can't send you more kisses. More kisses? More kisses? Got them?
Ratata. Ratata
yeah,
kisses.
the ratata kisses, as Andre calls them. And yeah, we missed you at the dance. So
Exactly.
She's saying that she missed the dance because.
And I'm sure if she was all right, she'd have been there.
Oh,
I'm sure of that.
Where does she live?
I see in the Cleary area. Yeah, the Kaya area there.
Just around that end.
But I don't know. Maybe she has other interests in that locale.
We don't know. But Lorena, sorry. I'm so sorry to hear that. I wish you a speedy. We wish you a speedy recovery. Please take all the time that you need to rest if you can. Put your feet up, eat healthy if you can. Andre always talks about healthy eating. Drink lots of water, and most importantly, I know you're already listening to your favorite station, so continue listening and you'll get all the kisses, all the love, and your favorite tunes too. Does that work? Mwah.
Yep.
So she says she's
you have 5 minutes. You have 5 minutes.
Arthur Charles says, good morning, folks. Today is the birthday of Sir Calix George Sr.
Hey, Mr. Calix George Sr., good morning to you, sir. Happy birthday to you. If you're listening, great stuff. If not, I'm sure somebody will tell you.
And Dika return says the Catholic Church can't talk about marriage and divorce because their priests are not married.
Well, that's why they can talk about it.
And someone says, why would someone want to marry twice?
Why?
I don't know.
But things didn't work out.
But you married already. Just kind of just stay single.
Yeah, and sin.
Well, you don't have to sin. Stay single. And pray.
Good. You saw the movie Taken? Right, and the guy said, good luck. So good luck.
And oh my goodness, you're gonna make me laugh for the entire thing because that's all I'm going to remember. Somebody, NDK returned and says, all I know is Miss Shirley ain't just letting anyone come in a house for you, Kiki. That's my mom, Miss Shirley.
Okay.
So that is definitely true. My mom is very, very protective. Not anybody gonna come by her and be like, it's not gonna go down. So,
and I agree with the lady.
Somebody says, Kiki, there is the MSME for over 40. MSME for over 40? That's my first time hearing that. But thank you. I'll check it out.
I hope it's a grant.
Maybe a grand.
I hope so.
It's more than 20 grand?
So I wonder if 60 plus included.
What's there for 60 plus? Fill me in. You seem to know everything.
Yeah.
So fill us in.
What can I go and get? What can I go and apply for?
Kim Job said, Andre, I want a divorce, please. Bad. Or I will continue sinning. Oh, boy.
Well, exactly. Yeah.
So, Lorena, returned and she chimed in and she responded. She says, "Thank you guys for the love." She leaves Lance Road.
Okay, so that's why I see in that area there.
Okay. Kaya and Lance Road? Is
Kaya,
that
it takes you to Lance Road, yes.
Okay. WhatsApp platform. I'm over there. We have 3 minutes left. Let's see if I could go through all of them. Oh, sheesh, that's a lot. Okay, let's go. Okay. Someone says, card-bearing member, good morning. He is still a card-bearing member of the St. Lucia Labour Party. That's Stanley Felix. Thank you so much for that. Someone else, Gigi, is in the house.
Hey,
She
Gigi.
chimed in and she says, a blessed and happy Tuesday, TT. I think she meant Kiki or maybe TT. And Andre, welcome to the real world. To cut and commissions, hold tight for our tones. Love always, Gigi from Orlando.
Yeah, I got to do what I got to do.
Someone says, good morning, Andre and Kina. Can you imagine when I visited St. Lucia, I lost my phone and went to the police to make a report. And I was told to go to a justice of the peace to give me a report document, which I have to pay for because I can report to them. Huh? What? Are you serious? Sheesh, man, they making that so difficult. Ma'am. Someone else says, yes, Andre, you have to visit a lawyer. You have them perform a document named Letters of Administration, which you mentioned earlier, which takes about 2 months or more to get registered. And the cost range from 5,000 to 8.
You get it?
What?
So you get it now? All right.
Nah, man. That's a lot of money. What? Oh my gosh. Iphigenia says, Kina, I'm here. Yesterday was a holiday here, and between my daughter and getting a few things done, I had you in the background. Just didn't get a chance to send a message, but I'm always here. Thank you, Iphigenia. Someone else chimed in and says, forever present with eyes. Thank you for listening, and thank you for actually chiming in. It's amazing that you are here with us. Gigi says, oops, I meant Kiki. She said Titi. So she's sending in and she's chiming in.
You have 60 seconds.
Says, 60 seconds, I'm done.
Oh, you are? Oh. Alrighty. I want to thank, all the chimers. Thank you for chiming in. Much appreciated. This is Hard Drive.
So I need
what do you
candy
have
for that. You know what? I was done on time. Hello?
Yes.
Ice cream?
Yeah. Well done. So, TT, what do you have coming up?
11:30 to 12:30 p.m. Rev Up the Homegrown, play new and most recent.
How did you like the Shirley and Cyril song?
Oh my gosh, I love. Did I say I love?
Yes.
I love that song.
She can sing.
Listen,
Yeah.
it gave me goosebumps.
I always imagine her being on America's Got Talent or Britain's Got Talent, and I see her making it to finals and so on. She's such a great singer. But I think if I read her correctly, I think she's just maybe less satisfied.
I think so.
Living her little normal
and
life.
She has made a name for herself in St. Lucia, Caribbean, and other parts of the world as well.
She can sing. She's gifted. She's
so
gifted, man.
So talented. Man.
So that's a beautiful song.
That voice, I'll play it. Could you line it up for me, please?
Sure, yeah, we'll
Thank you so much. Still on the way as well. Drive safe, live safe right here. And as well on the program, the Rev-Up Center, I'll be talking about gossip and how it really spreads and what scientists are saying, that it starts first in our mind. And we choose exactly who to go to.
The gossip.
Yeah, man. So that's what they're saying. So I'll touch on that as well.
I believe that as well. Yeah, but I think I remember somebody talking about the habits of people who are. What was it again, Emoji? The person was talking about, people who are on a certain level, a much higher level in terms of their thinking,
intelligence, and so on, just thinking.
They don't mess with small talk. The gossip.
Depending on how. They don't
have
of the level
time for that. They have very little time for that.
As soon as they come, they kill it right away. And I think it's important because the Bible does speak about gossip as well. Just kill it. It's not
and especially the gossip that is just lies.
Yeah,
just
man.
lies. You just lying about somebody. You saying things that are just not true.
Yeah.
You say, but that is just so bad, so dangerous.
And people keep doing it,
Yes.
That's the thing about it. Trump has cut diplomatic ties with Venezuela. amid the rising military tension.
We're not surprised at that.
In that,
and
so.
also, Maduro has tried to reach out to them, try to settle this thing amicably.
They
said no.
They're not biting.
They're not interested.
They're not interested.
So, you know, they already made up their mind.
They made up their mind
what it is that they plan to do. And I can tell you something. They've been there in the Caribbean, you know, with those warships and so on there. That is just there because you're going to get drug fellas. There's more to that.
There's more coming.
All right.
Yeah. And I'm going to talk about this 60-year-old man in Argentina who changed his identity. He wanted to become a woman, and he changed it. But you'll be surprised as to why. He wanted to retire early. Women in Argentina retire earlier than men. So he figured, you know what, I'm 60, you know what, I want to retire. Men retire at 65. So, and yeah, he changed his identity. Like, you know what? But you're now a woman. Like, how? Like, but anyways, you know.
Yeah,
things that the extremes some of us would go through, you know, to get ahead, you know. And the World Health Organization actually just added new cancer and diabetes medications to its essential list because it's so bad in the world. So they now have added cancer medications to the list and diabetes medications to the list, you know, and including treatments for obesity medications to the list as well. That's how bad it is in the world. Also, we have been talking about our gut health, you especially, Andre, over the last couple of weeks. And now scientists are tying our gut health to dementia.
You see? Yes,
so I'll touch on that as well and what they're saying. And in entertainment, well, Taylor Swift. Well, we know she's engaged to get married, but she has officially surpassed the streaming platform sales. So I'll touch on that in just a month. That's a huge milestone for her as well. So
she is huge, man, on the international scene.
Yeah,
imagine she had a concert. I think was it in the U.S., either in California or someplace. And there were about 80,000 people attending that concert. Yeah. And they said when she was singing, there's some songs that are really popular, like the Raw and those kinds of things, right? And she does Raw, right? No, she doesn't do Raw. Anyway. But whatever other songs that she has are really, really popular. And the people were stomping their feet. They said the seismic instruments were actually moving. Yeah, moving.
Oh, my.
Because of the weight of that. Oh my gosh! 80,000 people coming to a concert. That's amazing.
That's amazing.
Amazing how somebody can have that kind of influence. Wow.
And Donald Trump doesn't like her either.
He doesn't like her.
No, he's not a fan.
He doesn't like her. Yeah,
no, he's not a fan at all. Yeah.
So you make life difficult for you. All right. Okay. So folks. So Kina is going to be with you until 3 o'clock this afternoon. So you have to still, keep it locked, okay? Because you're going to have a great time with Kina until 3 this afternoon, especially the first part because we have a lot of St. Lucian music. And Tony believed in the homegrown music. Tony was huge on playing St. Lucian music. So we want to continue that trend here at Rev-Up. So Kina will be with you until 3 o'clock this afternoon. From 3. My son, in whom I'm well pleased, Zen the DJ, he'll be here. He'll be here live, by the way, from 3 o'clock until 5. Okay, so I come back here at 5 o'clock, God willing, because Mary Polius comes on at that time with Powell Politic. All right, that show is getting to be really, really hot these days.
Oh, yeah.
The lines are busy, boy, busy. Yeah, the minute she starts, she doesn't even give them the numbers as yet.
People are already calling? Oh, yeah. Great.
Yeah, I believe today, my good buddy Anthony is going to be her guest on the show.
Is he?
Yes, because he speaks Creole very, very well.
Oh, yeah, he does. Yeah. I need to learn for Creole Day. Anthony, you heard me, right?
Anthony speaks good Creole.
Yeah, he does.
So she sent me a little message to me that Anthony Alexander is going to be a special guest today. So looking forward to that activity here this afternoon. Masaba.
I said that well.
Masav.
Anthony, you'll be proud.
Masaba Botsa.
And Doctor in the house too.
Right. Yes. So after that program, from 6 o'clock until 7 this evening, Dr. Leonard Suraj will be here with Doctor in the house. Looking forward to that as always. He always has some interesting guests. Or if he doesn't have an interesting guest, then he has an interesting topic.
Yes.
All right. So, Kina, have yourself a great show.
Thank you, and have yourself a great day.
All righty. All of you who are staying with us, we really do appreciate that. Thank you so much for all the support. So this has been Hard Drive with the compliments of Rambali's Funeral Parlor.
Valley's Funeral Parlor, we truly care. During life's most difficult moments, we want you to know you are not alone.
At Ram Bally's, we are dedicated to providing dignity, compassion, and comfort when you need it the most.
Our caring team is here to walk with you every step of the way, whether it's in planning a gentle farewell or celebrating the beautiful life of your loved one.
We understand how precious they are, and we promise to honor their memory with the utmost respect and love.
Let us help you find peace and solace during this challenging time.
Please reach out to us at
758-452-2021, Castries, or 758-454-9239, Latuni, Viewfort, or visit us at ramballysfuneral.com.
We're here for you, ready to listen, support,
and serve with heartfelt compassion. You can lean on us.
At Ram Bally's,
we care.
The alpha of radio is on 95.9